Hi folks, just a few words before we start. It was pointed out to me this week, twice in the same day, that I've been mispronouncing the name of this venue for the last few years. The name of the village is actually Houghton, not what I was saying. So apologies to all locals who have been laughing at me for not being able to pronounce the name of their village, and I'm afraid as a London lad I just didn't know, so apologies for that. It's quite fascinating really that how the letters O-U-G-H are pronounced in English, because if you think about it, there are a lot of words that use those letters and many of them are pronounced differently, so there we go. And just one other quick thing, this trip was only a few days after a previous trip to the same venue, and I fished basically the same spots, so it would have been a bit repetitious to sort of go over the same things over and over again. So I've cut short the bits of the video where I'm fishing spots I fished the previous time, and there's not much new to show you, so that just cuts down the video a bit. If you want to go back to the previous video and watch that, you'll get a lot more chat about some of the spots that I fished today. So that's it really, so we'll get on with the video now. Oh, straight away. Oh no, you're not getting in there this time. I've got the power to get you out, but I don't think it's as big as the one I hooked last week, but it's certainly having a go. I've got the muscle today, I can just hold it. Couldn't have that last week, the rod just locked out last week. Hi, well, I'm back on the trout stream at Houghton. Tuesday today, and I was last here on Friday. If you watched the video, you know I would have lost a big fish and caught another one. Anyway, I decided to come back today because it looks like the weather's going to take a turn for the worse at the end of this week, and today is a very, very sort of calm day. A bit more sun than on Friday, but hardly any wind, and the river's fine down even a bit more than Friday. So I'm back here. I won't chat a lot because basically I told you all about it last time. What I would say is I bumped into the chairman of the club as I was walking down the lane, Paul, and had quite a long chat, which was interesting. The other thing to mention is, and you'll see more when I start fishing, is having lost that fish last week, I brought a bit of a heavier rod this time. I didn't have much sort of in between what I've got now today and what I had last week, but the one I've got today is actually a barbel rod. It's a 1.75 pound test, and I'm using 8 pound line, so it's pretty beefy tackle. Now the downside to that might be that the indication on the rod top's not going to be anywhere near as sensitive, and the bites last week weren't actually very positive, so it's a trade-off really, but we'll see how we go. And the chances are, of course, I won't hook into a big one, I'll hook into a small one today, but anyway, it's worth a try. I'll get fishing and we'll see how we go. Okay, as you can see, I'm all set up, same place as last time where I lost the big one. I've got the camcorder over there. I'm going to switch that on in a minute to give you a second view. I've also set my GoPro a bit higher today. I think last time I had it set far too low, and you weren't seeing the rod top a lot of the time, and yeah, it means you probably won't see my hands as much when I'm putting bait on with it set higher, but you will see the rod top, which is much more informative. So we'll see how we go. I've thrown a few little balls of bread down, and I really don't know what's going to happen. The chance of hooking into my big one again is probably quite remote. There's a look straight here. Okay. Yeah, this is my barbel rod that I bought. £1.75 test, which is really OTT for a small stream, but I didn't have anything in between, sort of £1.25 and £1.75. It's got a sort of, I don't think you call it a quiver tip, but it's got a tip on it that's painted white, but that's obviously for barbel, which tend to hike the thing around quite a lot. It's a Drennan rod. I bought it years ago and I haven't used it much, to be honest. You can see by the cork that it's hardly had an excessive use. The interesting thing is when I'll be able to see the bites. It's certainly going to give me a lot more muscle to get the fish in. But if I can't see the bites, that's not going to help much. They were very tentative last time I was here. And yeah, we just have to see, won't we? Sort of hook and hold if I get into something big. I'll lift my hands up a bit higher because I've got the camcorder. It's not the camcorder, the GoPro. Set a lot lower. Yeah, it'd be good fishing with a top eye today. I spent most of the session last time with no top eye, which was a bit of a problem. Now, when I got the bigger one, I cast into that flow on the outside of the tree and let it swing round. So let's see what happens today if we do that. Oh, straight away. Oh no, you're not getting in there this time. I've got the power to get you out. But I don't think it's as big as the one I hooked last week. But it's certainly having a go. I've got the muscle today. I can just hold it. I couldn't have that last week. The rod just locked out last week. Oh, look at them go. They really go, don't they? And this isn't a big one. But even so, they really go. Well, the only trouble with that is if there is a big one down there, he ain't going to feed now, is he? I haven't got enough line out really. Oh dear, come in. Ah, there we go. This is unfortunately my Drennan twist lock rod is not locking today. Not rod, landing at handle. Yeah, not very big at all, but it's a fish. We're not complaining. I'm caught up in the trees now when we landing that handle. Right, let's try backing out. I think the hook's come out. Oh no, it hasn't. It's only just hooked in the edge. Yeah, it's probably not much more than a pound, or perhaps £1.25, something like that. Anyway. Let's just hold him up so you can see him. Okay. Don't you go flipping on me. There you go. Yeah, not very big. But it's a chub. That's all that matters. Alright, I'm going to put you back somewhere else. Otherwise, if there is anything down there. Not much stream there for you to recover, is there? Yourself out. There you go. Lost sight of you. Here somewhere. So much mud. There we go. It's flying off. No, I think I'll have a move. I think I'm hoping for too much to take a second chub out of there at the moment anyway. Maybe if we come back half an hour, 3/4 hour's time, even an hour perhaps, give it a good chance to settle down. Yeah, I'm snagged again. There's obviously a big snag down there. That's probably how I lost a fish last time. That's not a good start. Right, hand line in there. You saw what happened last time I hand lined. I ended up breaking the bloody rod. Right, let's get some line out here so I'm not pulling on the rod top. Alright, tons of line out. Let's learn my lesson. It'll be annoying to have to tackle up again, but it's a possibility. Alright, it's come out. But there's obviously a snag down there. That's where that fish got me, I think. By the way, out of interest, I've got a little sort of stop on the line there, and this is actually a 2 SSG shot. I didn't know they even made them. I went in the tackle shop a little while ago to get some SSGs because I usually put a couple on the link, and this is actually 2, an equivalent of 2, so I only have to put 1 on. So makes the rig very, very simple. Right, let's have a move. I think I've more or less covered most of this swim, and nothing's playing ball, so it's probably time to move. Because last week when I fished here, I got a bite fairly quickly, and not immediate, but fairly quickly. But today it's not happening. Well, it's the same as last week, not a touch. So I may just have a little scout around this corner here, down here. I haven't looked around there. It all looks too overgrown really to fish, but you never know, there might be a spot there. But this isn't working. Interesting, the threads come off on both occasions. I'm just going to have a little scout around, see if I found a little spot to dip into. It's all very overgrown. Not sure you could get a rod in there. However inviting it looks. Yeah. Some lovely spots on this stream, but you just can't get to them. I'm sure I've fished here in the past, but it wasn't as overgrown as this. Heron just taken off down there. This is the spot I fished last week. It's very turbulent. I don't think I'm going to bother this week. I've never caught anything in it. It might be worth walking to the end of the stream and having a look down there. The guy Paul I was speaking to said there's some spots down where the stream merges with what is a back channel over there. I don't usually go that far down, but I'll go and have a look. I've just got to watch the walking really. The further I go down, the further I've got to walk back. Anyway, I'll go and sort the gear out and have a walk, see if I can find anything. I'm just having a poke around at the end of the stream, sort of downstream end. There's a back channel over there of the main river. The two merge here. I just looked at a spot back there, it was unfishable really. I passed this one a bit earlier. Yeah, I really don't fancy fishing between those trees. However attractive this end of the stream might be, it's I'm going to get snagged up all the time. Now I think I'll make my way back to where I started, which is a bit of a walk now. This is the back channel of the main river. Interesting over there, isn't it, with all the trouble is I've only got a single SSG or a double SSG on, and it won't hold over there. I'll have to change my tackle if I want to hold that far bank. Certainly looks interesting, doesn't it? So I cast near the edge of all that overhang. Worth a try perhaps as I've got this far. This must have all been underwater until quite recently. It's very squelchy. I've never fished here before. This is a new one. So, and we don't know what's going to happen. Trouble is the faster flows on the outside, so it's going to pull the bait around straight away almost when I cast. I haven't got much of a decent angle on the rod here, have I? But it should swing round. Can't actually see the line. It's swung all the way around, hasn't it? That's alright, we'll cast down a bit further. Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to work actually. It was worth a try having walked this far. Nah, it's just gone round into the middle of the stream, isn't it? I'm casting it under the raft, but I've not got enough weight on to keep it where it is, and it's just sort of trundling around. I'll hold on to the line, see perhaps I can feel something as it goes under the raft. No, it's a good idea, but it's not producing anything. Okay, I'll have a walk back to the starting spot. I definitely think I might be getting a bit too old for all this sort of luck. I just walked back from the top of the stream. I don't usually go that far up, and boy oh boy, I was really struggling. I've got to the spot where I started today, and I'm just sitting down for 5 minutes. I think you can see I'm fairly flushed, although I did have a very warm hat on, which probably in the circumstances I didn't need, but yeah, that was a struggle. The last few steps were really plodding, but anyway, we're back in the first spot again, so it's had a fair time to settle down. Whether I can pick out another chub remains to be seen, but I've got one more spot after this and then I'll probably call it a day. Yeah, boy oh boy. Yeah, it's getting too old. Right, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and then I'm going to have another go.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your hat.
Well,
I put it back.
thank you. I couldn't turn around, but apparently a dog just pinched my hat. But anyway, let's put it back for me. So. Oh dear. And I don't think it's going to work today. Second dip. I'm going to stick it out for a while because I need a bit of a rest. That walk back from the end of the stream was too much, to be honest. I'm really warm. Yeah, it was in just the right place, so I don't know. I'm not sure we're going to get anything else out of here today. Trouble is, I'd left the hat on top of the bag. I didn't put it back in the bag. I just left it on the top, so it was easy pickings for the dog. Don't know if you can see the sheep tearing across the field over there. I don't know if they know it's food time Perhaps the farmer's appeared. Well, I was sort of hoping against hope we may pick another chub out of here, but it's not happening, is it? There's a little blip on the rod top then, but that may have just been the weight moving. Is it possibly something interesting? Movement is so small it's hardly noticeable. I think it's more likely I'm in some streamer down there. Oh no, that is definitely a point. Right, I've got to keep the pressure on this time. I'm not going to let them get in whatever they got in last time. He's in the side, isn't he? No, mate, I've got to tackle this time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got you that time. Oh, that's a bit better than the last one. It's certainly not the stamp that smashed me up last, or took me for a ride last time. I have to go out backwards here tonight because otherwise everything gets caught up in the trees. Still caught up in the trees. Oh. Oh. It's the trouble with fishing these places. Let's see if I can get the hook out here and I'll come and sort the rod out later. It's gone down a bit. Hold on, I can't get to my unhooking mat because my rod is stuck. That's it. Leave that there and we can sort that out later. Well, I've just extricated the line out of that branch there that it got caught in as I was backing away from the water. Yeah, so we did get a second fish out of here. I'm not going to even try to get a third one. Excuse me. Oh dear. Still got a bit of a sensitive throat after the bloody flu. I've cleaned all the spittle off my hat where the dog obviously picked it up and ran off with it. Amazing, isn't it? It's quite amazing that wasn't a big chub, but it really fought. You know, I was able to put a lot of pressure on it. But this is a fairly significant rod, and it put quite a bend in it. So you can imagine what a real big one would do. I may get myself sorted out in a minute. Right, now I'm going to walk up to the top of the stream where I caught one last week, sort of my last swim that is. I sort of always finish off there and then I'll pack up. Well, I'm not sure how this is going to fish today. It was my last sort of hopeful spot, but when I got here there was a woman with 2 black Labradors throwing the ball out in the middle, and they were both going to retrieve it repeatedly. So I'm really not sure what is going to happen here today. Maybe the chub are used to dogs ploughing in here because there's plenty of them are coming along here. We'll soon find out, won't we? I'll stay here a little while. What's the time? Yeah, perhaps 25 minutes. It's 25 to 2. I was going to pack up at 2. So. Yeah, I didn't factor in dogs. Mind you, one nicked my hat in the last spot, so I should have done, I suppose. It's not sinking. I didn't realise this was a dog spot actually. I mean, there's a few spots along here that are obvious dog spots. You can see where they go in, but this is fairly steep here. But anyway, all we can do is hope that the commotion isn't going to affect the fishing too much. I used to fish the Welland at Stamford a lot a few years ago, and there's one swim there which is right next to like a gravel beach, and everyone used to let their dogs go in there, but it didn't seem to affect the fishing too much. One guy arrived one day with his dog and said, "Oh, don't worry about that," he said. "I've actually seen the chub swimming around sort of the dog's feet." Now I don't know if he said that just to make me feel good or whether there was some truth in it, but perhaps the fish get used to the dogs like they get used to the ducks and they get used to the swans. But I'd rather they hadn't been in here. It's difficult to know. It's pulling around a lot, but I think it's just the flow of it's not that sort of pull you get off a fish. I think I'm probably just got into a weed bed there or something, some dying reeds or something. I must admit this rod has performed okay in terms of indication. That was the worry I had. I knew it was a powerful rod, but I was a bit worried. Obviously for barbel it's not a problem because they whack it round, but I was a bit worried with chub whether yeah, I was obviously in something, weren't I? Actually, it's taken me shot as well. Oh, that's a problem. I'm going to have to get another shot out. It was obviously in a weed bed or something, and it's pulled me shot off. So just bear with me for a while because I'm going to have to get another shot out of my box and. Oh shite. Yeah, it's just a shot working its way across the bottom, isn't it? Difficult to know if that's a fish playing around or just a bait move. Well, I think that could be a fish. Oh, I missed a bite here last flipping week. Just missed another one now. a big bird flying over here. What is that? It's got a very slow wing beat. Is it a heron? But it's white. Or is it an egret? Oh, I don't know. Big though. Wasn't a swan, was it? Because you can hear them. No, I don't think I'm going to attempt it again. Missed the bite and that was it really. Time to pack up, I think. More of the story. Do not miss bites. If only. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to pack up because I said I'd get home about 3 and I'm not going to make it now. I'm already too late to achieve that. So I'm going to walk back to the car, pack my gear and everything. So that's it for today. Really quite a success, I think. As I've said over and over again, one fish on a trip here is success for me. So to get 2 is fine, really. No, that's it. Well, that's it for today. Missed a bite in the last swim again. Oh, cusses. But there we go. Anyway, I'm more than pleased. I've got a couple of chub out, 2 out of the same swim. Spent all that time walking around trying different spots and ended up 2 fish out of the same spot. But there we go. That's how it goes, isn't it, really? Yeah, the rod, the barbel rod, I thought it may have been a bit too stiff to give me bite indications from the chub, but it worked fine. No problem with that. I may drop down to 6 pound line on it. I tackled it up with 8 pound line because of the test curve, but I think that's really over the top for chub fishing. So I'll probably drop the line on the next outing, but it worked fine really, so that's good. Trying a little experiment today. I've got a Bluetooth lapel mic connected. Got a lot of wind noise on my iPhone last week when I used it without any external mic, and I'm just trying it out, so we'll see how it goes. Probably it won't work, and then I'll get home and find I've got a video with no sound on, but we'll see. Anyway, as usual, thanks for watching. Thanks to the subscribers. Thanks for the likes. Yeah, it's much appreciated. Next time, perhaps I'll try the Millstream. The rivers are fine down now. Hopefully, the Millstream at Offord is fishing okay. Tends to rush through a bit in the high water periods, but we perhaps give it a try. Anyway, until then, until I go out again, it's goodbye for now, and as always, cheers.